much woman. That's the much woman.
The Guild is such a special place to us. It's nurturing. I feel like Max is this little seedling in this beautiful little greenhouse. It's just getting nurtured, and it feels like this place, it's just so right for him and for our family.
The Children's Guild today is a story of growth and change, guided by transformation education, a new approach to educating and re-socializing children. What prevents children from changing and growing is when a child-serving organization's culture isn't aligned with its mission, vision, and values, but instead aligned with the needs of its employees. This lack of alignment sends mixed messages and emphasizes the child's need to submit to the needs and will of the staff, rather than expecting the adults to understand the behavior and needs of the child. The Children's Guild, on the other hand, focuses on transforming the mindsets and actions of its teachers, clinicians, and staff to be consistent with its mission, vision, and values, rather than focusing on changing the behavior of the child. The result is a brain-compatible culture that transmits and radiates the values and life skills needed for success. The Guild has become a model nationally for making a difference in the lives of children, providing each with the vision to see, the courage to try, and the will to succeed.
I've always liked to use my hands to kind of fiddle with stuff. I've always been a kind of a hands-on type guy.
Jacob has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. We got the diagnosis when he was in 1st grade.
So Jacob is a very interesting kid. He loves Transformers, and I've seen the Children's Guild sort of transform him into an adolescent, which is what schools are meant to do.
Since Jacob has been at the Children's Guild, he is a lot calmer, and he is able to express to me when he is upset, and we avoid a lot of meltdowns. My favorite thing about the Children's Guild is the classrooms are smaller. He is getting much better grades than he did in the public school. The teachers are wonderful. Every day I get a daily note of how his day has been.
I used to throw chairs, kick at the principal, you know, do all that kind of stuff, and now I almost act like you would not even know I have autism.
Across the nation, a growing number of families are striving to meet the needs of a child on the autism spectrum. As many organizations find themselves limiting their services, we have opted to open our doors. In 2011, we formalized and expanded our current services under the Autism Center. Our growing relationship with North Carolina's TEACH program has transformed our staff and classrooms to truly meet the individualized needs of each student and family served. We maximize the potential of structured teaching by integrating one-to-one instruction, the environment, and communication.
Our schools in Baltimore City and Prince George's County all have special environments designed to help children learn and become a part of a community. There are art and music programs and smart boards in every classroom. There is a school-to-work program for older students who want to explore career opportunities. Our founders today would see children on all levels of the autism spectrum. Severely behaviorally and emotionally disordered children, children with physical handicaps, children who come to us with broken spirits, who will be returning to their communities whole.
Well, I think what's wonderful about art is it's a universal language, and it can be understood no matter what language you speak or don't speak for that matter. So a lot of students who might be nonverbal or have no other way of putting forth their deepest emotions and thoughts can put it onto a canvas, and they don't really have to talk to anyone about it, but they're still expressing themselves in that universal language.
My favorite subject in school is art.
Max came to the Children's Guild about 6 months ago. Max has had a very long history of just having some real difficulties in school, and from a very young age. Gosh, our family, we were feeling pretty broken. So then we walked into the Children's Guild, and the Children's Guild was the final school that we had looked at. And if I can just set the day, I walked in, and the feeling, the vibrancy of the place, it's bursting with color. There's art everywhere that the children have created. Walking through the halls, the people were really happy. So when we were done the tour, we walked into the admissions office, and I remember I started crying, and she had given me a tissue and said, "I know this is hard." And I looked at her and said, "I can't believe a place like this exists."
In 1999, the Children's Guild's Baltimore and Annapolis campuses became the first non-public special education schools in Maryland to achieve accreditation from the National Commission for the Accreditation of Special Education Services. In 2000, the Children's Guild started partnering with George Washington University to create a professional development school for training master's degree candidates in special education. And in 2007, the Guild began its second university partnership with Loyola College. The Guild is now taking its expertise into the public schools. Today, our Family Help Center provides counseling services in public schools throughout Anne Arundel and Baltimore counties.
Family Help Center has been a godsend to this school this year. And these are children who last year had difficulties in school, academic difficulties, behavioral difficulties. The Family Help Center has been a resource to our teachers because the social worker will speak to the child's teacher, and they will collaborate and communicate ideas back and forth. All of those children are performing better academically. They are not showing the behavioral concerns that they had last year, so they're not coming to the office. And one of the noticeable things I see is they're happier.
In 1986, the Guild established the first therapeutic home in Maryland for emotionally disabled adolescents, named Canner House, after Children's Guild co-founder Dr. Leo Canner. Today, there are 3 group homes in Baltimore City: Canner House and Dubusky House for boys, and Harford House for girls. The homes are models for group living facilities in the country, are called academies, and are run like boarding schools, with the goal being to move students to a less restrictive environment, and in some cases, back with their families.
The group home has changed my life, actually a lot, because I have been going to placements, and my behavior has gotten better and better. Well, my behavior-wise, I've changed a lot. I got better in various activities like drawing and basketball and music.
In 2007, the Children's Guild launched its treatment foster care program for children who have complex problems and are too difficult for a regular foster home to manage. Many of the children have experienced abuse and neglect and exhibit disordered behavior. Intense training and support using the TranZed philosophy is given to foster parents in the program. The treatment foster care program is pleased also to have found adoptions for several of its children.
In August 2009, the Children's Guild celebrated the opening of its first public charter school, Monarch Academy in Glen Burnie, based on the TranZed philosophy. Today, we also have expanded our charter schools to be able to serve children throughout Baltimore City as well. Monarch Academy's educational program encompasses the best practices for how students learn, teaching the curriculum in an integrated way so students make real-world connections.
I have 3 children at Monarch Academy. Monarch Academy really teaches to the whole person. It really incorporates all their life activities when we're out and about. They'll make connections to what they're learning in the classroom, and in the classroom they often draw upon what they've done on the outside, especially through the expeditions. The learning model is very interesting to them, and it captures their imagination, and it really allows them to work as best they do individually. I am very pleased with my decision to send my children to Monarch. It was something very new, but something that I thought was a very interesting concept. And every day, literally, my children come home excited that they were at school and excited to go back the next day.
In 2008, the Children's Guild created the Upside Down organization, a nonprofit training entity dedicated to teaching the innovative concepts and creative change tools of transformation education to child-serving organizations throughout the United States and, recently, the world. UDO, as it's called, provides cutting-edge, research-based learning experiences that integrate the power of organizational culture with the insights provided by modern neuroscience. Today, UDO has both a national and international presence. UDO offers professional development training, consulting services, and organizational branding that improves the skills of all those who educate, parent, guide, and care for our children and youth. UDO also designs and builds unique, stimulating learning environments and currently works with a cohort of organizations dedicated to transforming their child-serving cultures, including the Alamo Navajo Indian Reservation in New Mexico, the Casa Pacifica Children's Center in Camarillo, California, and even the Council on At-Risk Education in Singapore. The Upside Down organization is providing change for good.
As a parent, these seminars have helped me to be a much better mom, be a much more positive, patient mom with my children. They have a difficult time with routines because they are both ADHD. As far as a teacher, these seminars have helped me with creating books for my children. One of Frank's wonderful ideas is to have the children be the stars of their books. I never come away from a seminar not with knowing something to do.
The Children's Guild has gained recognition from educators and social workers throughout the state for their continuum of quality services to youth.
Hello, this is Governor Martin O'Malley. When I was mayor of Baltimore, I saw firsthand what the Children's Guild did to help troubled children in our city. Today, the Guild continues to grow. Their creativity and innovation, even in these challenging economic times, really mirrors our state's goal to advance the lives of every Marylander. Because in our state, there is no such thing as a spare American. The Children's Guild continues to make a meaningful difference as it teaches children to become productive members of our community, and I commend them for their great work. Thanks a lot, and God bless you all.
We've shared with you a snapshot of the Children's Guild today, and we're growing, changing, and evolving with an autism center, our continued expansion into the District of Columbia, the growth of our treatment foster care program, and the opening of additional charter schools. We appreciate your past support and invite you to partner with us to help accelerate our progress. And you can help us through your financial contributions to make a difference in the lives of the children we serve. And on behalf of all of our children, we thank you.